case. It's going to be CEX versus Barrage. Barrage 1 point behind the CEX lineup. So a victory is kind of needed at this present point in time. And the well, CEX, of course, can also need a victory in their own right because they are sitting in 4th place. So they are just holding on to contention for that grand final spot, of course, in the UK Gaming Tours. So a very crucial players need to come out from both these teams. A very crucial match for both of them. It's going to come down to the wire if I do think so myself. I have a feeling that CEX, if I had to put money on anybody, it would be them. They've been the sleeper team, I think is the word that Flakes put it as best as Epic Land. The sleeper team who could really show up a surprise format here. Pistol round coming in to B. CT side will be claimed by the Barrage side. CEX still have themselves the pistol buy in this T side half. So Rezu with the utility, 2 flashbangs of smoke. Brody, JD, Astro, LS also going to get himself out of Kevlar. And Barrage with the defuse kit smoke on Wong over on their particular side. And they're going to go for a very quick rush mid strategy. CEX immediately expect this, and they're immediately going to be able to get it out towards their particular side of things. Like holding back, Velox goes first, challenging Rezu, taps away, 5 HP on him already to start things off, and now the CTs will back their way away from the site here to reset for very standard angles. The bomb will be allowed to move up. Neto's going to go challenging, and Rezu once again getting tag damage on the board, bringing that advantage, bringing that little bit of an edge to the CEX side so far. Long control gathered by the T's, bombs back with them. Lots of time to work with, so there's not much needing to rush here. Well, Neto's still going to go pushing out and get taken down by JD. Good headshot comes in, man advantage going in favour of CEX, and Wong, he can't go too aggressive because he's down. Astro's going to be able to claim that kill, a 3 on 5. Velox is tagged low. It's going to be shanked, and Peto on 100 HP. Velox will be able to get 1, but he's going to get traded, and Peto just left alive in a 1 versus 4 to find some heads. It's not happening today. He's backing away. He's trying to hold passive and try and see if he can pick off a couple of the CEX members, try to take a little bit away from them. We'll be able to get a second kill, but it's only on 3 HP. So that's all he's going to find. 1 kill, 1 round in the board of Brody and CEX. And we'll be the standard buy-up coming out here from the CEX side, the T side. Actually, a rifle buy, and this is going to be very interesting, actually. We usually see SMGs coming out, but we've seen this hard force coming out from a lot of teams who try and force buy in the second round, and 3 AKs out. I'm not sure whether I agree with this, to be honest. I think that it could go very easily to the favour of Barrage, because, of course, the upgraded pistols holding close range angles, trying to pick off as many players as they can. And it will be map control gathered by CEX, but it's a huge risk with these AKs if they can get them out of hands on the CT side, and that will work out super well for Barrage to be able to claim that into the next round. So far, it will start off to the favour of CEX, 49 HP down on Peto, and they will once again play passive and look for an opening, as they will use some utility to fake over towards the A site. 3 players out there. Rotation looks like it's coming in from Wong. But it is going to be the bomb, of course, moving its way on through alongside Astro. Good shot from him, takes down Peto. Shanked can't find anything. He does find 1. Rezu's there to trade, and now it's just up to the SMG of Rezu to see what he's going to be able to find. A 3-on-4 situation. Retake will come in from Barrage, potentially. More than likely at this point, pop flashes. Rezu going to peek out, see if he can find anybody. Neto is there on the angle towards Monster. Not Monster, Graffiti, excuse me. Rezu finally takes him down, looks for Neto. He takes him out of the action. It's going to only be the M4 lost. Sorry, not the M4, the UMP and the Galil. So they'll save the main AKs. They'll save themselves the opportunity here. So, Flakes is finally going to head and join us. How was your traffic jam, mate?
Honestly, tractors are the greatest thing to ever exist. I'm a big fan of tractors. You make the roads ever so quick and sustainable. And you don't cause any problems or any delays at all. So I appreciate random tractor driver who caused an extra 20 minutes on my journey. 10 out of 10 would rate. Update me though. It looks like CX won the pistol, right? Then they got that second round follow-up, and now they're going to try and keep it clean on the third. I'm going to make that assumption.
It's going to be Barrage with the full USP buy up here. I'll let you connect to the Go TV, so you have another round. I'll cast another round for you, so you can just get yourself sorted.
I'm all good. I'm in. I'm ready to go. Let's
awesome.
Take it away.
Then we'll see Barrage taking themselves the stack out towards Connector and up the top of middle, but it's not going to work out to their favour as CX has gone over towards the B site, and Barrage will not go challenging for anything. It will be Brody trying to see if he can find anything out towards that Connector area. They have the information. They're going to spot out a few, and finally Brody will be able to take down one. Velox tagged up, Shank tagged up, Astra gets the second. Well, it's just easy cleanups coming in. Oh, hello, probably not. Velox are going to take one kill, so that's at least lost in the favour of the Barrage side. But with JD setting up this backstab, it should just be, once again, easy cleanups and easy pickings for the rest of this round. As CEX very nicely take their third. They do lose one, but that's nothing that they're not going to be able to recover from.
Yeah, it doesn't kind of set themselves up to be in too positive a situation. Of course, Barrage now will look for that entry route back into the game, however, on their CT side of Overpass. CeX on the flip side, just trying to pry forward, right? They're setting themselves up to make that journey, that voyage into a pretty successful scoreline standpoint for them, and getting those first 3 rounds is all kind of a chain reaction. It's a part of that. But this 4th round is going to be ever the more important. It's all about momentum as well, so it's going to be interesting to see how they approach this. Of course, JD and Co are already looking to go for a straight flash brawl in towards Short. It's going to be a back-and-back trade. Shanked, a double kill for him. JD not quite going to come out on top, however, the CT side clearly favoured in this scenario, but nonetheless, damage is going to ensue in a battle towards B is shortly too intense.
Well, Shank's going down back to a 3-on-3 situation. CeX facing resistance, but come up with the trades. So the bomb will eventually go down. Peto still holding out. We'll try to see if we can take down Rezo, and we'll find the kill eventually. So once again, the advantage tips back to the favour of the Barrage side. They're still approaching from one angle, so Brody and Astra only need to hold down this one angle here. Smokes will go out to try keep Brody away, and it will be Astra that ends up falling. It's a back to a 1-on-2 situation, but the bomb is planted perfectly for Brody to be able to pick up these spray downs if it comes down to it. The defuse, well, there is no defuse kit, so they're going to have to go a little bit quicker here. Brody's going to flash his way on through, connects the spray onto both players, and find themselves with a triple kill in the round to bring CEX a nice 4th.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't know if you can hear that, Jay, but they are damn excited about that one, screaming their absolute minds out as they seem to be loving it right now, getting themselves their 4th round on the board, and they certainly appreciate the value behind it. Of course, it is going to force Barrage back to the land of the pistols, the P250s, the CZs, the 5.7s. You know the drill by now. They do have the Kevlar at least on towards Shanked and Peto, which is going to be something in itself, but for the most part, it is just them in a deep down, dark and murky hole, just trying to make the best out of what they've got in front of them. On the flip side, of course, CeX will just continue forward. Keep it clean with the rifles, though. No SMGs in place, so no real money-making potential. Instead, it's just standard $300 a frag, get it done, don't lose a rifle at the same time, and just keep it together.
And they will start things off on the right foot in terms of keeping those rifles. No one's taken damage on the CEX side. Velox has already fallen. So as you say, Barrage are just looking for any opportunity that they can find. So they will play fairly aggressive, actually. Nato and Peto out towards the water area on short. CEX, if they're not careful, can fall victim to that. But they are taking things slowly, not trying to make a misstep, not going to give Barrage any opportunity to take any unnecessary kills. So a minute to go. Bomb heading over towards the B site, backed up by 3 other players, so it looks like it will be an execution. Coming in from the monster and short areas. Of course, LS in that connector area. Waiting to push out, if not call off any rotations. He will actually get taken down as he does go aggressive, and now CEX are going to try to get access to the site very soon. He's going to take down one. Rezu gets a second, and now Wong and Shanked in a 2-on-4 situation. This bomb should go down pretty quickly. And it was just 6 HP on Brody will be a small problem for them, but it shouldn't be anything easy. He's playing back towards the back lines of the monster area, so it will be JD picking up that last kill, and Wong should just be falling down pretty easy to the hands of Astro. He will do so. A killer piece, a team ace for the CEX team as they take their full 5 rounds.
Not quite keeping it clean, though, which was kind of the big part right there. So, you know, the one thing they could do right, really, they kind of failed at, I guess you could argue. But I guess getting the rounds on the board is kind of the biggest thing of them all. So 5-0 for them. Exactly where they want to be, but now they have another beast to face. It's going to be Barrage back on the bye. They have the ADP on towards Wong, of course. A strong player when he chooses to be, but sometimes he can be very hot and cold, I think. So really kind of intrigued to see kind of where his pacing will lie on the CT side or point of view. Of course, CeX very clustered up towards short B. It seems to be so biased towards the site in general, really. Does give Barrage that inkling that is coming, and you can really see them kind of adapt to that in terms of the positions they're playing. As Brody C going to lead the charge, JD going to pop on through the smoke as well, and that's as well to be the supporting actor in this battle. Shanks will find one, but one is not quite enough. This site still going to be taken control of, and Barrage forced straight onto a retake.
Definitely a 3-on-4 situation. Barrage more than unlikely to make this work, but they're going to go for it anyway. They've got the full round loss bonus, but their money is still looking pretty weak. Their economy is looking pretty dire. They are going to get the kill onto Peto through the smoke at least, and now it will be a 3-on-3 coming in. That's take down. So actually Barrage managed to force the issue and bring themselves what could be a decent take coming in here. Rez are going to be able to pick up 2, and Ellis is going to find 1, still on 1 HP, and chimes in with a nice double, and CeX will have their 6. So the Barrage not going to work out well for that retake. They are going to fall pretty far with a dire economy state, looking to be just pistols for this next round.
Yeah, they're starting to really gain their steam, right? CeX, they do love the easy ones, and that seems to be their mentality right now as they just continue charging forward. They start to find these individual picks. You've got players waking up across the board. You know, you really have to kind of look towards Astro on this front, currently 6-1. Brody C trying to steal his limelight 7-2, but really you can't really kind of pinpoint a specific player because JD, Rezu, Brody C, and Astro all sitting on the same sort of standpoint. The only man to not be up to that kind of 7-3, 7-2 sort of scoreline is LS, and he's only 2 short. So you can't really knock CeX for the current kind of performance, just all across the board, running riot over Barrage Esports, who just aren't really living up to the name at all right now. Just can't quite land their shots, can't quite get going, and you have to ask the question on the CT side overpass. When does it become too late? Because, you know, we're going to be looking at 7 rounds now for CeX. 0 on the board for the CT side.
Yeah, definitely for Barrage, need to start worrying because a draw just isn't going to do it. 1 point for a draw, they're 1 point behind CeX and they'll tie things up, and well, that's just going to cause major problems for the rest of the Barrage, for Barrage's league in particular. And like you said, 7-0 scoreline. CeX looking very poised to take this one particularly quickly here. It's back to a 3-on-5. Still the rifles in play for CeX, so they're not too sweating of any particular advantages. Neto could catch off one, but as Velox goes full, Jay is finally going to find that kill. Nice crisp headshot. Peto left alone on the backstab to find whatever he can. LS spots him out and takes him down, so that is going to be 7-0 on the board. And, you know, like you said, it does bring this question, when's it going to be too late? Barrage need to win this round if you don't want CeX to be winning this half here. And on a CT side overpass, probably just not acceptable, is it?
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. Really hitting the nail on the head with your point there. We have to see something. It's getting to that phrase already now where we're spouting the now or never, the generic old sayings that really hint back towards a big journey that Barrage have to make, and all that sort of generic stuff that's so repetitive, so age-old. But you guys understand the point by now. It's that Barrage, they need a round on the board. Just get yourself a foundation to work from, at least, at bare minimum. Got to find some frags as well. I think that's been the struggle. You look back towards the last 7 rounds or so, and they've been surviving for the most part of 4 or 3 players alive. There's only been 1 round where we've actually seen them getting down to 1 player on the CeX side, so it's also so much money for them. That was in the 4th round. So that's just so much dollar for the CeX side that they're just going to be so happy with the way this is unfolded, really.
Yeah, definitely 100% for them. They're looking to set themselves up for another A execution here. Different angles being taken on the Barrage side. Neto could catch them off guard if they're not careful out towards middle. And it will be the push coming in from 3 players over on the CeX side. It's going to be Neto spraying his way. Takes down 2. LS finally able to trade, but it's a 3-on-4 that favours the CT side. Peto looks to line up 2 of his own right. Takes down 1. Rezu burns. Well, actually, sorry, he gets naded away by Shanked. So this round goes totally in the favour of the Barrage side. Astro left alone in a 1 versus 3, and he can't do it. Takes down 1, but he gets traded immediately by Velox. And Barrage finally, just as we were talking about it, get themselves the first round on the board for their CT side.
I hate to be that guy, though, Jay, and I'm going to whip out the age-old question here as well, which is, what happens if this leans the other way, the way that no one would, you know, when it originally meets the eye, would expect it to go towards? You know, this is where everyone wants to hype behind Barrage, right? Everyone's like, oh, Barrage, the comeback begins, but what happens if that doesn't happen? What happens if CeX just go, okay, hey, let's just play a serious round for a second, let's just wreck them? What happens then? Their economy's in tatters, they're a broken team, they're just a shard of what remained before them. That's not really too positive.
Yeah, 100%. You're definitely right about that. I mean, it's definitely a big risk, and when you consider their current buy-up, you know, their economy isn't looking that great as it stands. A FAMAS and a UMP coming out, backing up the 2 M4s and the AWP. So for Barrage, this is for all intents and purposes, although it is full rifles and utility, a force buy. So, like you said, easy reset potential for CeX, and that could really shut down the whole thing for Barrage. And well, like we were talking about earlier, they can't really afford much more than a win here if they want to have any chance of getting into the finals. They're behind CeX by 1 point. A draw will keep CeX ahead by 1 point, and a win is all that's going to put Barrage into that top 4. Minute to go now. It's going to be, well, potential execution over towards the B site. Bomb is over towards Monster. Rezu is rotating out to go join them, and there's 3 players on short as well. So CeX trying to take down the lesser site of 2 players in the form of Shanked and Velox.
I mean, who would have thought that CeX would push towards B? Who would have predicted that outcome? I mean, it would take a real kind of talented person to realize that CeX love pushing this B site. Of course, it is going to be a bit of a battle back and forwards though, but CeX, surprisingly, come out on top. They win it in the 3 versus 3 situation. Wong is going to try and force the issue with the AWP, but in fact, he's only going to be on the receiving end of a Molotov, burning him further and further back, but apparently LS does not quite know how to use his trigger. He's not going to be able to take him down, allowing Neto to come in from above to find just another frag. But Astro from short, oh, he's looking to seal this one out, looking to still be able to achieve the work. As Neto will drop one down, but Astro's got to take 9. Starting to connect these shots here and there, brings it to a 1 versus 1. Now, if he just looks short, he should be okay. Oh, just legs him though. Peto so low, but it's not quite enough. Now has to play for time. Astro just trying to run around this pillar. Peto too quick. Peto will punish. And around on the board for Barrage, providing they can catch the defuse just within the nick of time.
Yeah, I had a little flashbacks there, just sort of like an awkward situation where he just didn't find it, and then that round would have gone to waste. So, yeah, reset potential narrowly avoided by Barrage, but it's still going to be pretty rough on their economy. They did lose 4 players in that exchange. CeX will, of course, have plenty of money to buy back here. 7 rounds in a row puts their economy on a more than capable state. Full sets of utility. AWP out for Astro. AWP out for Barrage as well, and they will have the full M4 buyouts. But no utility on Wong. Only 3 bits on Neto and Shanked each, and Velox for that matter. Peto's got himself the full double flash set. So this is definitely the most formidable round that Barrage have been able to get together in terms of what CeX has also been bringing to the table. So for them, this might be the change of a turning point, but again, it all comes down to whether they can make this defensive work, which as of the moment, they are going to do so pretty well. Velox gets the first and the second, almost trades onto the third, but Rezu takes him down. Shank trades. JD trades it down to a 1 versus 2 here as Astro picks up the first on to Peto on towards the site. It looks like he's just going for the bomb plant. A smart decision. Get that extra economical security for this T side. And he will back off and try and make things work. If he can 3k clutch this, and this would be great. He knows there's one heaven. He probably has a good idea that there is one out towards Graffiti. But Wong peeks out when he's looking the wrong way, and he will find the headshot for the 3rd round on the board for the Barrage side. Starting to look up slightly here for the CTs.
It's starting to look up, but I can't help but feel like it's starting to look up in the form of, let's just make sure we have a really good B hold. It's gone beyond a bit of a joke now. It's gone beyond just being a little bit funny, comedic at times to CeX, can you spice it up a bit? Can you actually use connector? Can you just realize that there is a hold on the side to the map? You need to make sure you get that long presence down, that kind of toilet presence, because Barrage is so confident now that you're not going to do that they'll send 3 players over towards B, which fair play to them is fairly standard anyway, but the way the A players will play is just to kind of ensure that confidence. So CeX, they've got to adapt to that, otherwise you're just letting these B players run riot and these A players just get themselves on the quick rotates.
Now for Barrage, we're more solid than before, although the UMP is still out for Peto. It looks like that's more of an economical thing than anything else. Of course, limited utility as well. Only 1 flashbang to work with on his particular part. CeX are going to try for a slightly different B hold, a slightly different hold, rather than holding down the B side like you were talking about just a second ago now. They are going to go ahead and try it for A site. 1 bomb out towards long, 2 in toilets, 1 going aggressive on the middle area, 1 also going aggressive out towards long, and well, Peto could be sandwiched in so quickly here. He's running around him very, very quickly. Bit of a miscommunication coming out there. Barisi's going to be able to take a frag grenade straight to the face, 69 HP down on him, and a misstep from CeX could end up costing them. Wong's poised to try and deal with this. It will be the utility set up to try and frag out on the Barrage side. They still haven't read onto where Peto is, so this could be such a godlike position for him if he can shut down CeX before they get a chance to get on the board. This will be great stuff. 40 seconds, it looks like it's going to be the A execution coming in for the T sides. Wong going to deck down 1, Peto is going to get traded. The effect doesn't come into effect. Wong gets 2, but he's traded back. 3 versus 2 situation. M4's to work with a double AWP out for CeX to try and make this after plant work, but 28 HP, 24 HP on JD and LS. The bomb will go down, but the question is, can they hold this one out?
Certainly is a big question. It is going to be Shanked, of course, to peek towards long. Actually gets the duel up against JD as well, still tapping on towards Astro, who gets knocked down to a measly 33 HP. Bear in mind, Ellis is just 24 HP as well. Meanwhile, Barrage there, happy and dandy, full HP on both their players practically. So, feeling pretty comfortable right now. Astro is going to find the return trade, however, with the quick rotate on the AWP, but Shanked is going to win that duel. Gets himself the headshot. Takes a little while to find it, but a headshot nonetheless. A triple kill for him in the round. And Barrage really starting to make headway as they journey themselves back into this matchup. 4-7 is the scoreline. That 16-0 dream, it was dead long ago. Now we're looking at a much more close and contested half.
Yeah, definitely. But the problem is that with Barrage, when we're talking about their particular round victories, they've always been very close shaves. And I want to bring this to attention because it means that their economy is going to be looking pretty awful. We've seen this same setup used before, the FAMAS and the UMP with a very decent amount of utility coming out from the CT side. Could end up costing them if CeX can find the reset, and looking at like what they're going to play for here. It looks like it's going to be fast play, and this one could work out so horribly for Barrage because they've barely got themselves composed. They're trading very, very nicely between the two teams, 3-on-3. Velox with a backstab. It's also going to be Neto coming in towards short area. I don't think they anticipate this play, so this could be good to stop the bomb from going down. That could put CEX's economy in absolute tatters as Velox gets JD, drops the bomb, looks for Astro as well, sprays him down, and now Rezu all left to forward. Triple kill for Velox in the round, and finally Barrage. 3 players stay alive, and they may have just found their way back into a very solid half.
The beauty of it as well is just that lack of bomb plant, something you described so elaborately, because it's the first round from the past 3 that we've not seen a bomb plant go down, which really has just kind of been the booster perk to prop up the side of CeX. But now they're kind of sitting there going, hold on a second, we've got no money. What is this? It's a foreign concept to us. And that's rough for them. At a 5-7 standpoint, they're pretty much looking at equalization here if they don't play their cards right. Is Neto going to find himself a triple kill? Make that potentially a quadra kill here, as Wong is going to steal the limelight somewhat with the AWP. But yeah, they're going to be happy as anything at this point. Rezu is kind of, yeah, sure, lurching in the shadows with that bomb on his back. But even getting a bomb plant here is, you know, such a big ask, because the sites are just going to be watched like absolute hawks.
And not much he can do here. At best, maybe get a sneaky bomb plant. He has a good angle onto where Wong is. Does he even anticipate this? He's going to go for the knife, but not going to find it other than that. Neto turns around and he gets the kill. So Rezu, well, at least he walks away with a little bit extra money in the bank, which, well, for CeX, that would have been a great round for them. That's going to enable them to buy here. The AWP out for Astro. LS also in with a decent buyback here. Double flash is standard setups across the board for all of the CeX players. So we'll need to force back on through. Barrage also with an AWP and standard setup on their side. An AK recover for Velox is going to be a pretty crucial weapon. And CeX will once again try and work the aggression, but not going too fast into any particular site. It's just Brody and Co just trying to tap away and find any particular kill that they can. They will find a little bit of tag damage on the Peto, but for the beginning of this particular round, not much more than that.
The thing about aggression, right, is you're balancing 2 separate things. You're balancing the ability to be reckless while also the ability to retain control. And that's the thing, right? You're you know, always spicing in a bit of recklessness when you go for a push. When you go for something just that a little bit more aggressive than usual. But you also have to retain a bit of control in terms of your ability to set yourself up right. You know, play in a smart position, don't just, you know, zerg something for no apparent reason. And I think for CeX, they've kind of strayed much more to the kind of the reckless side as the game has developed now. A lot of their pushes have started to make less and less sense, and Barrage kind of just learned to isolate that, and I think that's good adaptation from there. You can already see the boost actually coming in as well, which just work out so well. Brody C is going to try and catch him off guard though. The double boost set up towards the backsteel side does get completely molotov off, and that allows Brody C just to go absolutely huge in this round. A triple kill for him. Lambs to the slaughter. He leaves just Wong with an AWP in hand. So CeX, fair play to them. They catch him off guard towards B, but curious to see if this is really repeatable. Bear in mind they have just lost pretty much back-to-back rounds in a row, 6 in a row from that CT side, which is a pretty hefty amount.
Yeah, but like I said, close shaves on the board for the CeX and Barrage side. Of course, losing 4 players, winning off the back of a bomb plant from CeX. And you can see that the buy-up as a result is not going to be looking as strong as most had anticipated to be. AWP does come out, M4's in threesomes, and there is, of course, the UMP as well. But look at the utility as well. Only 1 full double flash set coming out from Peto. Other than that, just flashbang, 2 flashbangs, 3 smokes, a Molotov and a grenade to work with on the rest of the players. And Velox is not going to go with any utility at all, just the Kevlar and just the AWP for him. So the CeX isn't even that bad of a shout of a round, and as they start things off well on their side, it starts to look worse and worse for the Barrage lineup. Shanked also goes forward into LS and Connector, expecting a third to be rotating, and Neto is a little bit slow to the mark, but works out to his advantage as CeX aren't able to find the kill, and now it will be a 3-on-5 situation that favours the CeX lineup. Smokes go out, Velox does get Rezu, but LS is there to cover off the rotation as Velox gets traded. The bomb will go down on site, but it will be a nice counter spray coming in from Brody and LS as they find a 6-9 scoreline to the favour of their team side.
That sets them up relatively comfortable. I think 9 rounds on your T side and 6 on your CT side. Not exactly kind of things to be too shy of. At the end of the day, it could be worse, it could be better, depending on which side of the coin you want to stare towards. So all in all, pretty comfortable. Interesting to see how both these teams can perform on the second side. Or I think, you know, one of the things you have to remember, especially, you know, it seems a lot more common in the kind of the domestic UK stuff, is that everyone tries to stress the importance of the sides of a map. They try to reference tier 1 CS as the stat basis for that. But honestly, I think if you actually do deep down analysis of a lot of these domestic UK matchups, none of them really follow the same meta as the exact tier 1 opposition, which means that things do change somewhat in terms of the balance of maps, and you do kind of find a fair bit more that we do tend to see, you know, very much more close-knit matches, close shaves as you described, as this one kind of slew itself. So yeah, I think people need to kind of take map sides in terms of, is it a CT side of map, is it a T side of map, with a bit of a pinch of salt when it comes down to these domestic matchups, and just necessarily look towards the teams in particular to work out where their strengths lie, which is kind of why I do think CeX still hold the edge on their CT side. But it does give more of a comeback opportunity now to Barrage because you can clearly see certain players are starting to feel it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we go 16-13, 16-12.
Well, 16-13, 16-12 could be a very close matchup in particular. CeX now on their CT side will start things off with a pistol round. Astro, good headshot, already weakens the Barrage team who have lost one of their armor men. Still the utility buy on Wong, a flashbang and a smoke to work with here from him on his side. LS has the smoke and the defuse kit, so he's going to have to be the quick rotating player. He's out towards the B site, which at the moment doesn't show to counter the Barrage. The Barrage tactic. Looks like they're going to be hitting A, bombs out towards the toilets. Wong back towards connector halls, trying to see if he can spy any particular backstab coming in, but CeX not biting. Once again, holding back, expecting for the push. Barrage need to come to them, and they're going to play it just like that. A minute to go now. They will stall things out. It looks like they're going to go try for a rotation.
Rezoop going to go face first up against Peto, but decides to back off and realizes that's not exactly the smart engagement he was searching towards. Meanwhile, Peto is just going to keep shoulder peeking around. He's trying to bait them towards him. Rezu is just being smart about it. He's not falling for it right now, which is exactly what he needs to be doing. If anything, just hold that close angle. Wait for the push to come in. That's a guaranteed headshot almost, providing you have any ability to create your crosshair in the right place. So for now, it's good stuff for CeX. They have to just play with this a little bit. Of course, connector control could be something they can try and argue is valuable. Rezu is going to claim the life of Peto. There's your headshot. JD, another one on towards Wong and connector, in fact. So bit by bit, things are starting to look pretty rough for this T side now as they begin their push out on towards B, but Astro is going to drop them dead. A double kill for him. A shanked in there so full.
Astro might as well have a guillotine. 3 headshots in that particular matchup brings CeX a 10th to Barrage. Looking a little bit more shaky for them. They will, of course, force buy. Tech 9's out armor, head armor. 3 flashbangs to work with for any particular utility amounts, but it was a great round from CeX, particularly from Astro. Easy cleanup with his USP, found all the heads he needed and shut down Barrage. And now for Barrage, it looks like it's going to be quick play out towards the B site. The England Hannah Velox trying to take those long range fights, taps away, gives a bit of information. I think he did tag up Brody C. He's got himself a mag 7. He's going to be able to take down one, get some money in the bank. Neto's going to finally finish the job. Looks to see if he can try to take a second and takes down LS, but 4 HP. Can he really go challenging onto Rezu? No, he can't. He gets taken down instead. And now we're back to a 3-on-3. M4 in the rotation. Astro gets one. Not going to be able to stop the bomb from going down, so Shanked and Velox will be up for a 2-on-3. Sprays do come out. JD does take down Rezu by accident with his FAMAS spray, but it's all left to Velox with 7 HP, so in the end, it's not going to happen. It's going to be CeX with 11 to Barrage's 6.
Really sort to build up the scoreline now. Of course, you kind of do ask the question of, are Barrage going to be able to hold things back here? Of course, this immediate future certainly doesn't spell anything too happy. If anything, they are just going to have to kind of sit tight with what they've got. It's going to be pistols, CZs, Deagles, and the like. But yeah, for the most part, this means that CeX get to double it up. They get to sit 12-6, unless anything crazy happens with these Deagles. That's pretty damn good for them now, as they are going to be rolling into their 18th round. And it's not just going 12-6, right? It's that opportunity to basically just win that first buy and get yourself potentially on, what, 14 rounds? Like, that's huge. And the disparity between 14 and 6 is so apparent. Like, these guys really need to be aware of just how dangerous things are getting for them now on the Barrage side of things. It's very, very close to the brink hit.
Yeah, you need to find a round. It might not be this one. It's probably not going to be this round. Going to be just the Deagles out. 4 Deagles, a CZ on Peto. And Barrage just looking to try and eco their way. Maybe get a bomb plant. Maybe just get that extra bit of dollar for the buy-up in the rifle round. But if it goes anything like this first half, then we should be seeing a rifle round that goes to the favour of CeX. And then for Barrage, that's really going to start spelling some bad news. Astro with the first takes down Velox. 55 seconds for Barrage. They know they're held out towards long. Hello, Shanked. Goodbye, JD. Headshot through the smoke. Good timing. Turns it back to a 4-on-4, but no rifle recovered for the Barrage side. It's still going to be a difficult round for them here. 40 seconds on the clock, and it looks like they're rotating towards the B site, but they've got to go quick because time is up. CeX have the angles locked out. They've got aggressive angles. LS going to be able to shut down the monster player. And Rezu is there to take down everybody else. It's going to be quick. Here we go. Going to see what they can find. It's going to be the instant crossfire that takes down one. Ellis with a second and a third with the USP. Taps away on a shank for a 4K in the round. It's an easy cleanup, but it almost was to be. 12-6. CeX now with an advantage going into the first rifle round of the second half.
And this is the big one, right? This is the kind of the last stand, the final hurrah almost, because if CeX take this, then you are pretty much really just saying, okay, let's start signing the papers, crossing the dotted lines, because we know who's going to land and we know who's not. So really becomes ever so more apparent now as we go into these, what could be our a final buy round, or at least a second to final buy round, is already Brody C going to get knocked down to 7 HP. Velox is going to be there to take that fight yet again, though, finds that return frag and actually picks him aside, but JD, Wong both go aggressive. Astro with the AWP going huge, a double kill for him, walking all over this T side, sending them home with their bags packed, their LAN PCs broken. As they are done, they are dusted. It's a 3 versus 2 situation, 1 minute 20 on the clock, and Barrage have no control of the map, no information of the map. All they know is Astro is running somewhere with an AWP and there are rifles to support him.
Astro, huge 2K. I thought that JD, or was it Brody C, I'm not sure who, went out in 7 HP early on in the round, was a little bit silly and a little bit irresponsible from the CEX lineup as, well, they threw away a player that they really didn't need to. Of course, it was not much he could have done, play passively and try to play the defensive, but still works out for them. But in the end, it works out for the better. Astro, 2K with the AWP. Quick scopes, shots off. LS gets the information that there are players out towards the short area. Probably going to call in a rotation. It looks like it will be CEX trying to rotate. LS now to try and cover it off. One out towards wall. LS sprays down the first, and now it's all on Peto in a 1 versus 3. Bombs drop. CEX have that much, and he's running out of time. He can't retreat because Rezu's on his back, and he will take him down for the rifle round in favor of CEX for Barrage. This is looking extremely difficult.
It kind of raises the question of how you play that second map, right? Like, knowing that second map, because I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, Jay, you're the statistician here, you're the expert on this. That second map, what meaning does it hold if Barrage drop out of this?
Absolutely none. I mean, to be honest, if Barrage end up losing this particular map, then the best they can do is draw. And against CEX, that's not going to do much because that's 1 point to the favor of both teams. Barrage are 1 point behind CEX. So this map needed to be won by Barrage if they wanted any chance of taking it to top 4 and if they wanted any chance of finding themselves at LAN, any sort of shout of LAN. So this is more than likely them done from the playoffs. It will be a 2 versus 4, a 1 versus 4 as Shanked has himself in with an AK. He's going to go take a 2K. Can he get the third down to 9 HP? So he's not going to find that third frag entirely. He's going to have to back off, so it's not over yet. But with 9 HP and no head armor, I was going to say it was looking more unlikely. LS now with an M4 in his hand, and Shanked would pull off a beautiful ace clutch, a 5K for him in this round to save Barrage from potential certain death against CEX.
Clock is going to tick on down, and it is just patience coming in from LS. He just doesn't want to rush this at all, realizes just the sheer importance of this, and Shanked are just falling for this wholeheartedly, almost waltzing over towards this A site. Timing is going to have to be perfect, though, and LS turns out he's completely counterplayed himself as he peeks right out into Shanked, presents his head up right up on a silver platter. And Shanked, you're right about one thing. That is a headshot.
A headshot he needed, a headshot he found. 9 HP, the ace clutch from Shanked to keep Barrage in this one, and they're going to buy up in full for this round. The AKs, the SSG on Wong of all things, and it's going to be the Deagles, 5.7s, SCZs out for CEX. They've been broken. Their entire economy has fallen to pieces, and now they will just have pistols out to try and get themselves rifles and AWPs in the next one. So it will be the stack over towards the B side, or a 3-man stack, of course. It's going to be Neto that takes down Wong, but look at this, Wong taking out Neto. It's going to be a 3 versus 4, so a misstep from Barrage. This is not what you want to see coming out of this one.
Too close, too personal. They give him rifles up to players with Kevlar, bear in mind. Now they're going to be sitting happy as ever, just going to be pitching their tents over on towards this B site, right where Barrage are waltzing towards, and the longer range duels actually could help them out here even further. Bear in mind, LS is on the quick hearty rotate, though, up towards A, which starts to really run down that manpower, meaning that this round becomes less and less possible by the second, as they don't really kind of count their bets when it comes down to the retake scenario from the CT side. But for now, we can only wait and see, as it is going to be a whole utility to be expended. They're waiting for any sort of push and observing as well for any sort of information they hear, but yeah, nothing really seems to be happening. It's just Barrage, they've got the bomb down, now they're sitting tight, should we say, in their afterplants, and CX aren't really gaining too much ground. Velox is going to take the body off of JD. Brody C will find that trade, but Velox is just going to pick up a double kill.
Now Brody with the clutch situation, no defuse kit, so I think he's all out of time, and so as a result he will back off and save the AK into the next rounds. But CEX, not that bad of a round considering they ran into pistols. They did some damage to the Barrage side, they got themselves a rifle out of it. Brody C with a good kill, LS with a good kill as well. And of course that TK coming in from Barrage, a massive misstep, could cost them huge into the next couple of rounds here. They will buy up, of course. SSG still in the hands of Wong, and the AKs will come out for everybody else. For CEX, It does look like it will be the buy-up with the AWP on Astro, so a round of a Barrage would be absolutely great here to break CeX big time, try to take themselves back to double digits and put them in serious contention for this map, because like we said, and like we're going to emphasize a lot throughout this broadcast for Barrage, a win here, 2 maps here will be absolutely essential for them in this top 4 situation. 1 minute 35, CeX holding standard angles, no presence towards long, which Barrage will have into players. Also presence towards middle, and the bomb is dropped, so they can rotate very quickly if they do need to do so.
So far, no peaks are being taken. It's fairly passive stuff coming in from CeX. They are just waiting for their targets to set themselves in line almost. Of course, on the flip side, Barrage just default out. They're looking for picks of their own. So 2 almost identical styles of Counter-Strike on 2 different sides meeting up against each other right now. And we're just waiting to see who can really take hold of what is going on, get to grips with exactly who has the advantage here. Because these teams kind of have to decide amongst themselves. There has to be some sort of scrap that sets in motion a play. Which something tells me we are about to see that potentially over towards Connector. As one already has started to drift over towards it. We are already seeing Velox as well set himself up over to go there. Which points towards a bit of a cluster. Huge ball of firepower from Barrage going one direction to one site. Now, connect the dots. Tells you only one thing.
Players out, 3 from Connector heading in towards the short area. I think they've given up the game, and now Peto's going to have to come in from monster spots out. LS takes the headshot. He's tagged on at 29 HP, so this second kill's going to be more than a line. And it'll be Rezi picking up $600 with his UMP. The bomb will go down, and it's going to be JD that actually takes down Wong. Velox on the sidelines. He's going to be able to take the second kill, and Neto with a nice double of his own right is going to net Barrage a 9th, and I said it would be great for them to win this round, and they do it. So now CeX looking, well, pretty broken for this next one. $3,100 at maximum. It's just going to be the pistols. Will they get Kevlar out is the question. I don't think they will. I think they're just going to rock it with 3 P250s, a couple of USPs, and try and run this round out of it so they can get themselves rifles in the next one. For Barrage, an absolutely crucial round. A great victory for them. Looking to take it to a 10-13 scoreline for this T side.
However, you do have to kind of acknowledge the idea that this is perfect from Barrage, Jay. It's in the 9th round. Should be able to get their 10th there, double digits. CeX starting to cut this one a little close for comfort. This is not done and dusted yet. The dotted line hasn't been signed. We haven't clicked the dot in terms of who's going through to LAN. Anything can change. Right now, we're looking at potentially 3 rounds to change that difference, because Barrage, they should be able to get this round. It should be fairly simple for them. We can't expect anything at all from CeX. So yeah, about damn time they call a pause. Chat things through, work out what's gone wrong, because you are running out of time to fix it.
A minute to go. Once again, supreme amounts of passiveness coming out from both teams, except for Brody C, who's got himself a good angle out towards the connector halls. LS takes down Neto to start things off. Finally, Brody will get taken down. And that's going to be kills. 3 kills rolling in for the Barrage side. Rezu, last man alive. Not much he can do here. You can't deny it was a good start from LS and CeX, but I wasn't expecting much in this round. With just a P250 to work with, this retake, well, is impossible for him unless he finds some extremely good headshots. Even then, still got to deal with that head armor. So unlikely is saying the least, as he will be back towards top of middle. Will get himself an AK and a smoke, and potentially a kill onto Peto. He sprays away, but he's not going to find it. No, it will be Peto that takes the kill, and now it will be 10th round on the board for Barrage. So it's going to be the tactical pause coming in for CeX. They really need to talk this one through, because like you said, right now they are cutting this one pretty close.
For sure, and just too close for comfort, I think, really. They have to up their game now. Like, they need to stop screwing around, stop playing just kind of the same old generic stuff over and over. Just come up with something fresh. You need 3 rounds. Like, 3 rounds, in terms of kind of Counter-Strike, in terms of these 2 teams, 3 rounds should be simple. But they're starting to lose their spark, lose their charm, and Barrage, they're a sort of team who try and steal that away from you, and it's almost a bit of a game of hot potato, right? In terms of whoever controls it will get themselves the rewards, will be able to bear the fruits of it. So we need to see something from CeX relatively soon, otherwise it will just continue to be Barrage. It's not a matter of kind of if and when, it's just a matter of, well, it already happened. It's done, it's dusted. They're in double digits, just come back. Could be talking about that rounds ago.
So it will be CeX, of course, buying in a standard Eco and the buy, and now it's going to be, well, little money to work with here. So Barrage Full round loss bonus does come into effect for CEX, but for them, a great round come out of them if they do end up winning this one. They've got lots of economy to work with, so they have got a bit of a fallback as well. So just talking about the potential for what they can bring back to this one, I think this comeback is extremely real. Like, I think it could work out so well for them, and they've got lots to do it with. So, I mean, I was saying CEX should take this one fairly easily, and at first they were doing so, but now, well, this has become a very down-to-the-wire matchup here. 10-13. Barrage, of course, fighting for what might just be their last chance. Well, last chance for LAN in this particular case here. Of course,
it is a pretty lengthy pause, which is a questionable one. I'm not sure what the situation is on that front of things. Do we have any info there?
We'll go ahead and see if I can ask the admins, but for those of you who are unaware, of course, this particular matchup is so crucial for Barrage. For CEX, if they win this one, they guarantee themselves at LAN. Barrage get themselves into the top 4, so this is basically their last chance at this point to try and win a LAN spot. If CEX shut them down now, it's going to be all over for the Barrage dream, so they need to find 2 maps, they need to find it, and they need to find it very well here. So, come back on for Barrage. This one could be so down to the crucial wire.
Now, it still is going to be the age of Tade, of just patience. Going to have to wait and see exactly what is going on. Seems to be, like, just as we discussed it, though, that the pause gets called away from things, as we are going to be going straight back into the action. Just a bit of an extended thing here and there. More than likely, a lengthy tac pause that turned into a bit of a tech pause or something along those sort of shenanigans. But either way, as you mentioned, the storyline has been set, the chapters have been organized. Now what is left is for someone to write this book, as it is going to be 13-10. A big situation. CeX will certainly look to try and play for victory here. Already a bit of aggression to get themselves control of early short. Barrage already all stacked towards B, so that early short control could be something that comes back to bite CeX, but also aid them, depending on how the battle does fray onwards for them. There's going to be a couple of smokes lined up here and there, a couple of flashes ready to pop.
That's going to be smokes, flashbangs, like you say. Looks like it's going to be an execution on towards B. A very quick execution that will come in this T side, setting themselves up. Rezu is not going to get mollied away. Velox with a slightly different angle. It's going to enable Rezu to get 1 kill. Wong gets Ellis, and finally Peto does come in to trade it out. The bomb will go down, but Brody C, he's got such a good position in the flames. They snuffer at the perfect point for him to peek out and deny the bomb plant. So for Barrage, suddenly they lose a very crucial bomb plant coming in here. JD finally falls. Brody C still sitting close to the edge of that smoke, and Neto can't find the kill. Velox is very hesitant to plant here, and understandably so. Brody C holding back behind sandbags as the smoke does clear. He's going to go peek out the shadow, spots him out, and Velox takes the kill. So for Astro, 1 versus 3, very unlikely with the AWP, and I think he's called it here. He's going to go retreat. He's going to save that one into the next round, and Barrage will get themselves an 11th round.
It's everything they needed. It's going to be 11th round, as you mentioned, but even just remove that from it, you know, just look at the way they've been able to build into this now. They went from having nothing, literally just scraps left in a pretty abysmal scoreline, to competing neck and neck for the final few double digits. It's absolute craziness coming out from the Barrage side. They've been able to chain together 4 in a row, going to be their 5th any second now once this bomb pops off, so that's 5 rounds back to back. Already completing and passing the feat that CeX were able to achieve off the back of their pistol round wins and such, so yeah, things starting to get a bit tougher for them now. 13-11, of course, is the scoreline. Fairly simple stuff, but CeX also aren't able to stabilize their money. It's generally costing them every single time. They haven't actually got enough money in this round to really kind of opt to do too much at all. They're just going to get light pistols and that sort of thing, and that doesn't really kind of add firepower to a round. That just adds a bit of prod here and there, a bit of good old, oh yeah, we'll try and do some damage, but we don't really think we have a good shot at winning, which at 13-11, you kind of need.
It's just pistols out for CeX now, as it looks like it might go to 12-13. And JD actually going to take a first kill, and Rezu, hello, this one might come back from CeX. Oh no, don't let it fall apart like this, Barrage. As now they're in a 2 versus 5, a 1 versus 5. Tag damage alone is not going to help you out in this case. Shanked going to see if he can take a double kill. He runs out of ammo, so he can't take the second out on Rezu. And Brody C setting himself up for the deagle backstab. He will find it. Rifles picked up, and this is the worst particular standing for Barrage to fail at 14-11. CeX, as I say it, they find themselves a great eco, 3 AKs to work with, huge relievement of investment, and only an M4 and an AWP brought up for them. This has been fantastic for CeX.
Yeah, someone that make it with pistols. I'm lost for words now over that situation, Jay. Honestly, there really is just only a few things you can use to describe that, and sometimes it's not even worth just trying. Sometimes you just want to let it happen, let it sink in for everyone at home, just to kind of accept. Because either way, it's going to be 14-11 now. A scoreline that is going to be touched on over and over again as we watch these rounds unfold. CeX not really changing too much. It's kind of the same old. This time it's a little bit less aggression on towards short, but aside from those small subtle changes, nothing really has changed at all. It's kind of just the same old layout, the same old players here and there. Barrage not really doing too much either. They're just going for these peaks, checking these angles. It's different CS, very interesting CS.
Different it is. No picks coming in. Once again, this passive playstyle that both teams have adopted. Astro finally, with a slight amount of aggression, finds Velox, doesn't overpeak it, so he finds that kill, and a great start for CEX already. For Barrage, this is looking worse and worse and worse. 45 seconds now. They're going to have to formulate a push. Two players out towards the T-spawn, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and try it for the B site, making their way slowly through. Still connected control, and one out towards Monster to the favour of Barrage, but that's all they've got to work with now. They've got to find a round out of it. They really have to find this round. I can't stress the importance of this for Barrage now. It will be the smokes out, Molotovs. Nothing much more than that, as they are going to see if they can get themselves on site. Peto goes full into LS, looks for the second as well. He's going to get pushed slightly out of position, but not by a whole lot. 3 on 5, as there's no trades coming for the Barrage side. 10 seconds for them to get the bomb down as it gets dropped. There's no chance for Wong now, and just a small amount of HP will get taken down. And CEX take map point here in this best of 2 series for Barrage. It is looking tragic here, but they are going to buy back anyway because they need to do it now. It's overtime or bust for these guys. They've got to find 4 rounds. And for CEX, they are looking more than happy in their current position because there was a Tech-9 and a CZ out for the Barrage side. This is looking absolutely devastating for this T side.
Yeah, it looks like they have the final run of the gauntlet to make, however. CEX should just be able to dismantle them, but we can expect a bit of action here and there off the back of Velox, having the AWP and the 2 rifles in play. Certainly I'm curious to see how they approach it with the pistols, but that's always going to be a bit of a coin flip, a toss-up in terms of whether it actually gets the job done or not. Of course, Pedo for now, he's the glorified booster of the service. He's just going to be there to crouch in the corner, allow Velox to get up with that AWP, get the elevated angle, make sure he can check towards long. JD toying with the idea of going aggressive now. If he times this right, that's a free frag. Wong has just got a nade in hand, and that's going to be the case, but JD just doesn't know how to use his mouse and keyboard, struggles, allowing Wong to pick up a double kill. Rezu tries to trade things back, falls back to the site to find himself just another frag, but how much can one man do here? How much until he just gets Molotoved off? Brody seeking a support from CT side, but Shanked there to find just another trade, brings it to a 2 versus 1 situation. LS has to do it all from Dumpster. Can opt to go towards Bank as well if he so chooses. Doesn't have really too much utility left either now. Has a kit in an M4 though, which is going to be something. But the angle's being held here. This is tough. He pretty much doesn't have too much of a shot here, but a missed shot from Velox buys a little bit more time, but a repeak will secure the frag.
12 to 15 now. It will at least be Barrage clinging on to their last lifeline here. Getting around victory, but CEX, of course, buying up. It's definitely a clash. Well, at this point, a clash of David versus Goliath, because CEX have themselves yet another bag back here, and they should have themselves, well, actually not that great of an economy, actually. I misread that, but, well, for Barrage, this might be a good opportunity for them. If they can break it, they can take it within such a close scoreline here. Of course, they are looking for overtime. But one round here could potentially mean the difference between a 16-12 or a 14-15. So, once again, Barrage, their entire future of this game resting in the shoulders of one round here, and one with a small misstep. No one watches short. Rezu gets that first pick, and already CEX have themselves a huge advantage in one man now. It's going to be, well, standard angles held, and Barrage not able to go too far out without getting picked off. A minute to go now. CEX once again will hold the line.
Patience. So virtuous, has to be said. Let that sink in for a second. Enjoy the silence almost, because things are about to get ever so hectic, Jay. Things are about to get absolutely haywire, I guess you could argue. As the push begins, Neto to charge on towards the site. LS is going to be there, lurching in the fire and the flames, trying to become one with them. The off angle from JD is going to be all but a bit of a failure. Shots going through the smoke as well, trying to counter off that boost. Doesn't quite find it just yet, but enough damage to be done to buy a bomb plant as well, forcing CeX on a quick pace retake. But they still have yet to actually gain any traction at all. Meanwhile, Velox is now set up with the AWP. This could be a pretty big nail in the coffin of this CT side as they begin, and they get completely crushed. A second flick from Velox. Peto, just another frag for him. Astro, left in a 1 versus 4 situation.
They will get picked off. So that's great for Barrage. Once again, a bomb plant. It was very good how they forced their way in towards the site, just using pretty much only utility. They got themselves site presence, and it was only down to the kills with the AKs, of course, finding Neto a kill over towards water. And that was pretty much just all that she wrote for the Barrage side. And well, great use of utility, and that's how pretty much how you use utility to force the issue out of CEX. It was just forced away from site. And for Barrage, this is so good now because CEX are going to have themselves no utility, no armor, just the pistols out for their side. They'll have money to buy in the next one, but that's the purpose of this particular eco, to bring themselves and a little bit more money to buy in this one. So just the P250s, USPs, CZs, and not much more than that for CEX. As they will hold for fairly aggressive angles, try to see if they can pick up a headshot, but for this one it should just be all Barrage here. Presence out towards long, all 5 players. LS goes, gets flashed out, Astro's out towards middle. He does get spotted out, they have the information on the position. Oh, good tag damage, good dinks coming in from the player over towards Domster. Brody C is going to get taken down, so for Rezu this isn't that bad over the round if he can find the right players, but in this case he only found Velox's AWP. It just shuts him down very quickly. A good round from Barrage, not losing a single man to the CEX now. It'll be overtime point for Barrage, and the CEX would really like to win this round to shut it down at the very last second against this T side.
All or nothing, the final round, the full 30. Only 2 ways this can swing towards. Well, let's find out where it's going to go. Of course, we do see a bit of change up. It's going to be gone with the B reliance early days. This time it's a lot more on towards Connector yet again, and a standard default almost, instead of just that group up towards B. CeX not really doing anything too crazy either, not pushing short. Both of these teams really not willing to run any risk at all. It's going to be a bit of a jumper, a clear of angles being made by Velox. He starts to really at least charge on forward. He's looking for a first pick on towards Astro, best case scenario, but Astro's going to be ready for this. He's going to be checking himself. If he finds that frag and then falls back with that orb, that's pretty big for the CT side. So this really could sway either direction. We just don't quite know.
Grenade damage onto Astro, 71 HP for him. A good start from Barrage, but of course it is traded back with tag damage of their own on Shanked, 55. CeX, arguably the players that come out on the better side, but Barrage are the ones that find that first pick finally. And now they have to work off of this. Now they're spread thin on the CEX side. 2 players on either side to set up the defensive. They're going to go back towards Connector and back towards Monster. And CeX, look, they're taking a gamble here. Brody C is going to head over towards the B side, which actually is going to be great for them because this is perfectly red now. It will be utility used on both sides, and it will be Connector and short presence gathered on Rezu. This would be great for him if he can find the kill. Takes down Velox, a 4 versus 4, and Shanked unable to trade there. He's going to get himself out towards the sandbags area, but smokes, the counter smokes come out. It's going to be the kill that comes in for Shanked, and now it's down to a 3-on-3 situation. LS gets 1, gets a second. Neto and Peto now left alive in a 2-on-4. Oh wow, it just all fell apart so quickly. Brody C with a double kill and a 16-14 scoreline that favors the CEX lineup.